Hi Interfamily, Coach Leo here, and I'm going to bring to you today our week 5 of our training session. This time that we are apart from each other, I couldn't help it, came back here by myself at AZ, here recording with my tripod, making sure that we're practicing social distancing, keeping everything and everybody safe. Week 5 is going to be a little bit of challenge and a little bit of flair for you to train during this time. We're going to go over 5 special moves, one special move that you're going to practice every day. You want to make sure that whenever you're back on the field, you have those special moves nice and locked and you're able to put them on the field and take advantage of having those tools in your toolbox when you're taking a player one-on-one, or when you face a situation where you need something creative, something different, you can apply those moves. Okay, so follow us, keep it up on our social media, keep it up on our YouTube channel, and let's start here with the most famous special move, especially for me coming from Brazil, which is the scissors. Okay, so we're gonna go a little over a progression, how to do the scissors move effectively against an opponent, right? So first thing you got to remember the name of the movement. This movement called scissors because you want to use your studs, you want to use your spikes to cut the grass in front of the ball. Number one mistake that people do when you're trying to do scissors is to stand too tall, and then whenever you step it over the ball, your foot goes completely over the ball like that, and we don't want that. We want to have your foot passing in front of the ball as you go in an inside out move. So step one, remember your studs, your cleats, it's going to cut the grass in front of the ball. Step two, scissors are not done only with your leg. Your body have to move, you have to use that feint motion to go from side to side, so you're able to make that defender believe that you're going this way, but matter of fact, you're going towards the other way. Okay, so one more time, I'm throwing my body from one side to the other. I bend my knee, I lower my center of gravity so I can shift my weight and my body from one side to the other, and then fake the opponent right in front of me. Once you get those two pieces on a lockdown, step one, right in front of the ball, not over. Step two, remember to use your body to feint and move side to side, and then you get from that, the ball in a stationary position like that, try to roll it, try to move the ball forward. So easy, nice and easy, roll it, one scissor, that's it, that's all you need. Move a little bit backwards, create some more momentum, some more space for you, tap the ball forward, 1, 2, finish. Bring it back, give some more momentum, give some more space, take the ball forward, 1, 2, and done. Once you get those steps and you're comfortable with it, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to that level, keep working on it. Once you're there, you can do a little challenge for yourself. I'm using cones here, but you can use any type of obstacle that you want. I position my cones just diagonally 5 steps, or 4, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to use my special moves to fake the cone. Touch, touch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm only going to do once if I want to. Now I do twice. And then if you have a rebounder, if you have a wall, you can just finish with a pass or finish taking a shot and go. Those are your first special move tips. We are working on scissors. Find a little setup for you. We want to take that touch. 1, 2, touch. 1, 2, 3, cut. Try with speed, try with pace, shifting your body from side to side, and you'll be able to. All right, Interfamily, so day one, we worked really hard on our first special move. So we talked about our scissors. Day two, we're going to work really hard in a different special move that for some reason in the United States, this move was named after Maradona. However, there's another there's a French player named Zinedine Zidane that, for me, was the player that mastered this movement the most. So basically, we're talking about that little swing and jump over the ball. So if we break this movement in small pieces, you see that the Maradona, it starts when you're pulling the ball back away from a defender's reach. So this movement for players in a game situation is extremely useful. When this ball breaks loose, you have another player coming with you, you have advantage on it, you pull this ball back towards yourself, already spinning with the opposite leg, and then you get away, you're able to break free from that opponent, from that defender that is coming towards you. Okay, so let's break it down, the movement, a little bit, so you can do step by step and learn as you go and as you put the hard work to master and develop this movement. Okay, ball is in front of you. I'm right-footed, so I feel more comfortable starting this movement with my right foot. Okay, I'm gonna pull the ball towards me, and as that ball is rolling past my plant foot, I shift my weight to the leg that initiated the move. I use the bottom of my opposite foot to step over the ball, and I roll that ball back, and I'm able to break free. So once again, if you're right-footed, start with the ball in front of you. As you can see, there's some separation between my legs right now. The weight of my body, it's on my plant foot. Okay, I'm pulling this ball close to me. Work on my knee here, pulling this ball close to me. And as this ball is passing through my plant foot, I switch the weight of my body to the other side, step on it, and spin towards the outside of my body. So chest open, you spin towards the other way. Not chest closed, spinning towards this way. From here, chest open, out, you bring the ball, and you're able to break free. As you feel comfortable, you start accelerating a little more. Ball in front of you, pull, step. Ball in front of you, step, pull, step with the opposite foot. Look how my other leg stops in front of me as I spin, moving to the opposite side. Pull, step, and go. Once you start feeling comfortable, you've mastered this first movement, you went step by step, you can let that ball loose, run towards it, step, pull, and get away. Cannot guarantee with my left foot here, but left foot on it, pull it, step, and the other way, so you can go. Very, very useful movement during the game. Of course, we don't see it as much because it requires technique, requires creativity, requires momentum, but I'm pretty sure that applying the work to master this movement, working hard, working with your teammates, whenever we're back, you're going to be able to add this to your toolkit in no time. Keep working hard and be creative, be free, as every Inter-Atlanta player will be. All right, Inter family, welcome to our day 3 of week 5 of our training sessions, okay? We are working this week on special moves, and on the day 3, we're gonna work hard on a roll and a step over. So we're gonna use this movement to roll the ball towards our opponent, lure it in so we can fake it, and then we're gonna move our body from one side to the other and get rid of that defender. So it's gonna look something like this in a slow motion. You rolling the ball forward, you stepping over, and you take a touch on the outside so you can go away with the burst of speed away from that defender. So if you speed up a little bit, it's gonna look something like this, and then you go. Okay? It seems complicated in the beginning, but this motion is quite simple. You just have to pay attention on a step by step. We're gonna break down the technique right here for you. Step 1, you have to roll that ball forward. So my plant foot, once again, I'm right-footed. I'm exiting to the left side. So my left foot's gonna be slightly ahead of the ball. So that gives me position to my hips. So now I'm comfortable with my weight in this leg. See how my toes are pointed to the side of my body, almost a 90 degrees angle. That way I will roll the ball forward and I will step. That's the step one, nice and easy. Plant foot close to the ball, roll, step. Awesome. One more time. Plant foot close to the ball, step on it, roll, and step. Perfect. Once you master that first movement, we're gonna add the second step. So right here, step close to the ball, roll, step, step. But this second step, you should be passing your leg over the ball, taking advantage of the momentum of the ball rolling forward. Once again, step, side, roll, step, step. I'm already crossing towards the other side of the ball. Remember, moving my body to make that defender believe that I'm going this way, but in fact, I'm taking my touch and axing out to the other side. So let's do it once again. I'm giving momentum towards the ball. Roll, step, step. Take a touch. Burst of speed. Your defender is now officially done. So once again, ball close to you. Plant foot near the ball. Roll, step, step. So once you're done breaking down all the steps and moving forward to your step, roll, step, step, cut. You make sure to increase the speed. You give this ball a little more momentum. So you take a touch, roll, take a step, and go out. Okay? Challenge yourself. Start using your dominant foot. Also work with your non-dominant foot. And take advantage to this new technique for your game. Keep working hard. I'll see you on day 4. Interfamily, welcome to day 4 of our week 5 of training. Okay? So far we've gone through 3 different special moves. Scissors on the first day, marathon on the second day, roll, step over on the third day. Today we're gonna work in a move that we call the chop. Okay? Very famous by a Portuguese player named Cristiano Ronaldo that you guys might know one thing or two about. Very effective movement. If done correctly, if done right, and especially in high speed. Of course, we're not gonna go over the high speed portion of it because we're limited with time and space, but you have to make sure that you put enough effort to be very, very effective with this motion once you're back on the field. It allows you to quickly change direction, especially if you have an opponent right by your side. Make sure that this guy or girl gets away from you and you move your way towards a different side of the field. So break it down of this movement step by step. First thing you gotta do is to be comfortable using the inside part of your foot, because that's the main piece of this motion. Okay, so start doing your regular boxes, and it can also work as a warm-up for you. So using the inside part of your foot, touch from one side to the other. As you understand that you gotta lower your center of gravity, you bend your knees a little bit, your hips are flexed at this time, so you have nice and good balance to touch the ball from one side to the other. As you increase your speed, you're gonna start looking something like this. That's step number 1. As you're comfortable using the inside part of your foot, you're gonna start making a count of 3. Okay? What do I mean by that? You're gonna go 1, 2. On the third, you're gonna take your leg out of the way. You retrieve the ball, and then you start with the opposite leg. 1, 2, 3. Get this leg out of the way. You notice that to take this leg out of the way, I do a little skip, I do a little hop, and that's gonna be a massive part of your special move. So once again, counts of 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring the ball back, switch sides. 1, 2, 3. So now you're comfortable with your 1, 2, 3 step, and now your goal is to make this a little bit quicker so you get even more comfortable with the move. So step 3 on it. 1, 2, cut. 1, 2, cut. Bring it back. 1, 2, cut. bring it back, start with the other leg, 1, 2, cut, 1, 2, cut, so on and so forth. So now get very comfortable with 1, 2, cut, and then you're gonna be able to apply that in your final motion, okay? I'm using cones here, but you can set up obstacles, whatever you have at home, backpacks, tennis shoes, whatever you have, you can position to the point that you can move from one side to the other using the chop. So I'm gonna start here. Take quick touches on the ball. 1, 2, once I get close to it, 1, 2, chop. That's it. Nice and slow, touch. 1, 2, touch. Take a touch, nice and slow, 1, 2, touch. But Coach Leo, we don't have time for those 1, 2 touches. That's fine. You're just getting your body used to the movement. Once you get very comfortable with that, you're gonna eliminate those first 2 touches. And then you're gonna be able to do that chop. Touch, touch, cone is close to me, chop out, touch, 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 chop, touch, and go. So once again, take that touch forward, chop, touch, chop, touch, chop, and you are done learning the chop motion, very famous from players like Cristiano Ronaldo, very useful for a quick change of direction, faking your defender, getting away from the guy that is trying to steal the ball from you. Work hard, keep putting in effort, add this tool to your game, and let's keep moving forward. See you on day 5. You've made it. You got to day 5 of our week 5 of training. So today is your final challenge with some special moves. There's a Brazilian player that made this movement famous named Ronaldinho. And it's a very, very characteristic movement from him that we call in Brazil elástico. Okay, so in this movement, which is a high technical movement, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get it perfect here, but I'm gonna give you the breakdown of the steps so you can master this movement. And then whenever we're back at AZ, you come to me and you show me how good your elástico is. So the elástico movement, it's basically 2 touches with the outside part of your foot and your inside part of your foot without setting your foot down to the ground. Sounds a little complicated, but we can break it down and we can start learning that movement, okay? So we're talking about 1 step with the outside followed by 1 step with the inside without putting that foot down the ground. So the step 1 for you is to be accustomed to use both parts of your foot, maintaining your weight in your plant foot right here. So position that ball comfortably in front of you. Now the plant foot of your body is maintaining your weight. This leg is nice and loose, and I want you to feel comfortable using both sides of your foot. Out and in, out and in, out and in. If you have to do a little skip, if you have to reposition yourself, that's fine, because as you try to increase your speed, you're gonna do a little hop in this leg. It's okay. So make sure that you go inside and out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This way you start feeling comfortable with that motion of carrying the ball out, bringing back in on an elastical movement. Once you feel good, once you feel comfortable with that, 1, 2, you can do just as I did. Take a touch out, bring it back in with the step. So from a side view here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I'm using the cone as my reference. I want to make sure that I step with the outside and I bring with the inside in the same step, same stride. Once again, I take a touch out and bring back in. Look how I lean forward. That leaning forward is very important, because once I take that step and I lean towards that way, my defender believes that I'm going there as I cut towards the opposite side, leaving that defender right down the ground. So one more time, I'm facing the cone, using the obstacle as a reference. Out, in. Out, in. Look at that leaning forward. One more time. Out, in. So that ball goes the other way. From a different perspective here on the other side. Taking the touch out and in. So those are your steps so you can get towards mastering the elastico. So we have the elastico that goes outside, inside. Outside, inside. And we also have the elastico that can go inside, out. But that, we don't really call it elastico, but it's a good movement that you can add to your toolkit, okay? So one more time. Outside, inside. Once again, outside, inside. And then we have the inside, out. Inside, out. So look how I shift the weight of my body to the side. That defender will most likely follow me, and without stepping on the ground, I take that touch out and get away from it. Once you feel comfortable with lower speed, you can start increasing and challenging yourself about it. So the point that you can take a touch and maybe apply with a little more speed. Just fake the camera too well. And you can apply with a little more motion and add this special move to your game. Day 1, scissors, work your hard. Day 2, Maradona. Day 3, row, step over. Day 4, chop, chop. Day 5, elastico. Those are 5 special moves that can be very, very useful for every player on the field, from defenders to midfielders and attackers. Be comfortable with your own technique, be creative, show your creativity during the game, during the practices, and you definitely become a better player. Stay tuned, check every week in our YouTube channel and our social media. Inter Atlanta is here for you during this time, and we'll be back very, very soon towards the field. Okay? Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.